Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host, Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co-author of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Michelle Mcgrann. Michelle is a partner at Coeus Creative Group, international trainer, coach, and facilitator. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Michelle. Michelle, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who were you surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
Yeah, so years ago, I was on the debate team in high school, and I ended up doing that and getting a scholarship to go to university as doing somewhat, I guess, competitive public speaking. And through that, I realized how much coaching and training really does create an impact. And a lot of the people that I met on the team there, they ended up through years becoming my business partner and starting sort of the company, taking what we learned from the debate team about the way in which to teach and speak to persuade people, to use that to help them communicate more effectively. And then through that, we joined a leadership organization, saw how many people these what people call soft skills, communication, conflict, and all of this was a part of leadership that people didn't have. And so we created the company in order to fill that need.
What are the top 3 mistakes to avoid?
Personally, I feel those who stop learning, that is a huge mistake. When you think that you're an expert in something, you need to reach out to a new network and find more people to learn from, more books, more research, because we should always be growing and changing. Kind of relatedly, a second mistake is thinking that you need to go alone. Having a network and people who are better than you at things and leaning on them and learning and helping one another is critical to success. And then the third one is kind of getting locked into, a plan that this is how it's going to be, because, looking back, the best opportunities that I found and have led me to where I am now are ones that were never supposed to be part of the plan. And, it's about leveraging those opportunities.
What is your greatest failure story? What did you learn and how did you recover from it?
So I was leading on one of our clients, and the reason why I say it's one of those mistakes is I was trying to go it alone, and I was felt responsible for handling everything. I wasn't reaching out and learning, and through that I got too overwhelmed, and I ended up making a mistake that almost cost us the client because I just had too much stuff to do, and I wasn't being careful. Through that, I realized that the people around you are who you're supposed to lean on. They were able to come in, help. We were able to, take some of the responsibilities and spread them around and retain the client to this day. So we thankfully recovered from it.
What are your top 3 success secrets that others can model from?
First is all about building that network. And sometimes when we say network, everybody thinks that it's only a business network or a professional network, but there are people in your family, your social circle, your friends, who have amazing skill sets. So build that network, even socially, and realize what they can bring to the table. The second one is read. To be honest, I'm a big reader, not even just nonfiction, but fiction, because the more we read, the more empathy that we gain and the more we learn about the world and other people around us. And that makes us better prepared to relate to others around us. And then finally, like I said, never, take new opportunities when they come to you. Fear holds us back. And being scared of something is okay, but it's not a reason not to do something. And that's really what causes us to grow as an individual, find those new opportunities that we didn't even know existed.
What motivates you within?
I think it comes back to learning. The number one way to motivate me to do something is to tell me that I can't. So I will go out of my way to just, even if I don't think that I'll ever use it. I have my motorcycle license. I have not driven a motorcycle since I got my license. I learned how to do many things just to say that I could. And I think that that keeps me pushing forward.
What is your company's motto?
It's really to behave intelligently. So the way we interact in the world is through our behavior. And if we're not conscious of the ways in which we are behaving, that is what leads to miscommunication, and the marketing side, misbranding, conflict. And so our goal is to help our clients behave more intelligently.
Who is your ideal client?
For me personally, I love clients who are open, right? They know that something needs to change. Obviously, that's why they reach out to us. But those who are authentically looking to get better, whether that means that, they know that their marketing needs to change, and so they're open to new strategies and new ideas and trying, to someone who's who wants to be coached and is willing to try new things and open their mind to new possibilities. Otherwise, if they think that there is a one solution and they're just looking for you to operationalize it, that's where it becomes far more challenging.
Excellent. How do you find your ideal client?
So a lot of it comes for us from referrals. We do trainings publicly a lot, and we have a pretty unique way of doing our trainings. And through that, we get a lot of our participants who have that sort of aha moment. They're like, this is what my organization needs, and they will bring us in. Otherwise, it's just conversations, meeting new people, networking events. People who share value systems seem to find each other in that way. And so a lot of our clients have come from there.
How do you engage your ideal client?
For me, it's really about conversation, right? When we think of clients, it's this heading, right? The client, we give them a title. It kind of takes away that sort of idea that they're just another individual. They're a person. They have goals that they want for themselves and for their organization. And so really having that authentic dialogue, sort of laid back, that's when people feel comfortable, they're open, and we find out whether, our solutions are going to work for them and whether they're interested in doing and working with us.
What are your well-defined products or services?
Sure. We are a full-scale marketing company, so websites, print, digital strategy. We also provide coaching one-on-one. It's usually like either weekly or bi-weekly. And then we also provide training. And so that we do in two ways. One, we'll go into an organization and provide from 1 hour to multi-day training on-hand sessions. And we also have something that we call the Titan Skills Academy, which is an individual online learning platform where people can join in on a live training once a month, as well as network with other people on the system. We found that was very, very useful for people who want that individual development. They want to grow into their role, but they may not have the same level of organizational support.
Why someone should buy from you?
So our products, while, marketing, training, there are many providers of these things. The way in which we do it, that behavioral intelligence approach, is fundamentally different than many other providers. We really focus on the people. Why are they behaving the way that they are? Can you explain it? how to predict they're going to behave in the future, how to influence their behavior in a more positive manner, and then how to control one's own behavior. And this sort of, we call it the EPIC model, but this way of figuring out how to behave more intelligently, we have found more success in the marketing efforts that for our clients, as well as with our trainings. Our participants get immediately usable tools that they can go out and implement, and they have found success in retaining and actually using that information.
How do you crush your competition?
By just providing superior services. It's when I am proud when I put out a training or a product and I see something similar by someone else and recognize that ours has more thought and strategy and purpose behind it. And our clients see that as well.
How do you deliver a 5-star client experience?
By treating them like people, right? They're not just a check or an organization name. They're an individual. And it sounds cheesy, but the golden rule, what am I looking to be treated like when I walk in for service or I'm a consumer? And why would someone else want to be treated any differently than that? And so it's really that personable, authentic, real life experience.
How do you use your sales proposals to close more deals?
So whether it be a one-to-one client meeting where we're learning more about each other to a formal proposal, we use the same methodology that we teach others. What is our client's problem? What can we explain to be? How can we predict different solutions? How can we influence their clients and consumers to solve their problem, whether that be clicking buy or for marketing or acting better, and then controlling that message and making sure that it's effectively and efficiently communicated.
How do you convert your clients into your brand ambassadors?
And that's all about providing superior services at a superior experience. I would say, as of last year, 95% of our clients are by referral, and more than 60% of them have been with us for more than 5 years. And that's simply due to the experience that they get with us. They know that that they're not just a name, that they are friends, that they are people that we care about, and we care about their organization as well as our own.
How do you handle an angry client?
Yeah, I mean, it happens, right? Sometimes things go off the rails and someone's upset. The first thing that you do is authentically apologize. And this is not I'm sorry you feel that way, because that's not an apology, right? It's actually taking responsibility for what went wrong, and then being very clear about what's going to happen next to fix their problem, right? Everybody wants to feel heard, but then they also want to know that this isn't going to happen again. So what are you going to do to make sure that, that this isn't a repeat? And people, they're shocked when you take that responsibility and say, this is how we're going to fix it, and then follow through on it. Because as sad as it is, that's not their experience with everyone.
We are about to move into lightning round. That means quick question and quick answer. Are you ready?
Yep, I think so.
What are you grateful for today?
I am grateful that I have a job that I can travel. I'm in New Orleans today, and I can do both. That flexibility.
How do you start your day?
Cup of coffee. I don't think I could get moving without coffee.
How young are you?
I am 35.
You are not 35, Michelle. You are 18 years old with 17 years experience.
There we go. Exactly. I like that.
What you want to do when you grow up?
I want to travel. I love meeting people from all over. The more I can travel, the happier I am.
What are your plan to achieve your goal?
It's really about continuing building networks with people around the world, that friendship, and then they introduce you to like-minded people, and you get that opportunity.
How will you feel in case you don't achieve your goal?
It's one of those that I think you may be sad, but this is the type of goal that you try again. You'll find another pathway to do so.
How do you overcome a challenge life throws at you?
It's kind of like my last answer. You get yourself up, dust yourself off, and try again. I mean, you can cry about it and be sad for a minute, but that's not a reason to not keep trying.
What is the advice you will give to younger yourself?
I go back and I speak to students frequently, and the thing that I tell them is, things have a way of working out. Those doors that close in your face sometimes are for a reason, and a new pathway opens that's even better. You think you have a plan, and it's not going to look the same, but you're going to end up where you needed to be, and it's by taking those opportunities.
Once you have a revenue-generating idea, how do you convince your significant other?
He's pretty on the same track with me value-wise, so it's not a lot of convincing necessary, but it's really about laying out the costs and benefits. There's always a cost, but is the risk worth more? And what are you going to do to make sure to counter some of those costs and promote success? And put in that context, he usually agrees.
Why being impactful is important to you?
I live for those, what I call aha moments, when you explain something to someone in a way that it may be information that they knew, but they just didn't know how to apply it in that way. And you see it, and then you see them using it and improving their lives, having better communication, getting that new promotion. I get proud when I know that something I did help them get there.
Who is your living mentor and what's the impact?
My living mentor was probably the first boss that I ever had. She was an example of a female who had made it in a male dominated industry, and she still, to this day, I listen to things that she gave about how to present yourself at meetings, how to be taken seriously, and even how to plan projects. So she really set me on a path that got me to where I am today.
What do you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered for helping people get to be where they wanted to be. Very often people give advice and they say, this is what you should do. I hate being told what I should do, but being that, supportive listener, or have you thought about it this way, that leads to them achieving their goals. I want to be that mentor, that helper in the back.
How can we support you?
Yes, go to our website at coeuscreativegroup.com. I'm on LinkedIn with a marketing company. You're on every channel, I feel like. LinkedIn. If you have a question, I encourage people to reach out and see, maybe we can help you or can direct you in the right direction. That would be helpful to me.
We are about to wrap up. I'd like to have a few words about your today's guest experience on the show. Here is my question. What would you say about your today's guest experience on the show?
It was a great experience. I really appreciate you reaching out and giving me an opportunity to talk about, the things that make me happy, which are being that supportive person or organization for someone else in their organization. So thank you again.
What would you say as a final word?
Just remember to keep learning. Take those opportunities, take those chances.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.